Again, it's Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 13. Are we there? Yep. We begin in verse 11, we read 11 and 13. The Bible speaks, "And I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart." Our Father which art in heaven, Lord, we thank you for the promise of these words. Lord, we're thankful that when we did not have a plan or hope for ourselves, Lord, you have had a plan for us. And I pray that you would give us a revelation of your will and your desire for us tonight. And I pray that in return, our hearts would be open to seek you. I pray that you would be with each of us tonight. Help us to have ears to hear what your Spirit has to say to us. And I pray that you would be with Jessica to put your words in her mouth. Lord, we thank you for these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Before we start, let's pray one more time. My dear precious Father in heaven, I just need you right now. And I pray that you'll bring the words into my mouth and that you'll be speaking and not me. I pray that it'll be a blessing to someone in here. Guide me. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay. Right. Wait, okay. Back to our verse. It says, "Ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart." And I'm gonna okay. Come on. Okay. So I'm gonna give my testimony. Okay. So growing up, of course I grew up with my mom, and I had my younger brother. We were very close. But around 7 years old, my life got turned around, which for a 7-year-old, well, she never thought that this would ever happen to her. And it was one evening or one day, my uncle was babysitting my brother and I. And while he was babysitting, my brother and we were, just watching television together, and he ended up getting upset. My little brother ended up getting upset at me, and then the fan knocked down, and my uncle came, and he came to check up on us, see if everything's okay and stuff. And so that's what he did, but he was different. I didn't really know what was happening, but he was different. And he took my brother, and I didn't know what was happening. He took my brother, and he locked him in his room, and said that he couldn't come out. And so I was so curious, like, what is happening, what is going on. And then my uncle comes back to where I was, and he was very, very angry. And as a 7-year-old, I did not know anything. And that night, that evening, he ended up abusing me, which never thought that would ever happen in my life. And I did not understand. I did not know what was happening. I knew that, it was whatever he was doing, it was not like my uncle. And my mom comes, and the next day, or that night, she comes and she sees me in tears, and she's like, "What happened? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine." When I wasn't. But I didn't know how to tell my mom like what happened, because I didn't know exactly what happened because I was so young. And eventually, I'm going to try to fast forward, eventually, okay, I'm going to not say that. Okay, so then I was going on and stuff, went to the hospital, they checked me, and it could find that I was abused by my uncle. And my mom did not handle it very well. My whole entire family did not handle it very well. My mom, my aunt would argue at my mom and say, "Your daughter is just lying. Your brother would never do that to your daughter." And I'm just standing there like I don't know what's happening. And as I was growing, my life changed to the point where I was not the same little girl anymore. I was a girl that was scared about everything. If I was in the dark by myself, I was scared. I had nightmares, growing up, I did not have a Christian walk with God. The older I started getting, which I was probably around, I think 12 or 13. I'm not sure about that age, but 12 or 13. And I was not living with my mom anymore because she did not know how to take care of me and my little brother. So at that young age, I ended up living with my grandparents, which I did not know them very well at all. It was very difficult, and that's when my dad came into my life. I never really knew my dad very well. Actually, really not at all. And so at that time in my life, things were just getting rough, and I was just questioning God, asking myself, why would a God do this to me in my life? Why would God have a 7-year-old be abused? Why would God have my so-called dad abuse me? Why would my mom not be in my life? And for a long time, I thought about that, and I blamed God, and I didn't want anything to do with God because I was just like, it's not worth it. My life is already terrible as it is. But then, going forward, my life got completely changed. think it was 3 years ago before I came here. I think, or maybe 4, I don't know. But before I came here, it was really rough because that was the year, where my grandparents, especially my grandma, she told me in my face that she didn't want anything to do with me, that I was just this troubled child, that, when you're this age, you're gonna, drop high school. When you're this age, you're gonna, probably be pregnant or something. And she would always tell me that. And it hurts. And I have my moments where it still hurts to this day. Because I always, growing up, especially when I was 10, because I was always curious about how is my real dad? How is he like? Is he caring? Am I going to ever get to see him? And that was always in my mind. And when I was younger, I would pray to God. And I would ask God, or I would tell God, I want to be loved. I want to have a family that is going to show me God. I wanted God in a way, but at the same time, I didn't want God, if that makes any sense. It makes sense to me, so I wanted God. But growing up, I was not a Seventh-day Adventist. Probably lots of people knew that. And I wasn't grown up like learning Bible stories or anything. Until this day, I don't really know Bible stories. But I'm striving to learn about God. Because I know that God is going to help me through everything. And I couldn't say that a couple of years ago. But back to that one story about a couple of years ago. Before I came here, I was in this hospital. Because they thought in a way that I was crazy because, I was hurt. I did not want to exist in this world. And for a long period of time, I wanted to run away from all of my problems. I thought that I can run away from my problems, that, if I run away, it's going to be okay. It's going to be gone, it's going to be over. But every time I ran away, the problems were still there. They wouldn't go away. They're still there. And I ended up being in a hospital. Because I was in public school before I came here. And I ended up living with these couple that were pretty much like my mom and dad in a way. But circumstances happened, which I won't say, but they happened. And it got another turnaround in my life. To where I don't have my grandparents, I don't have my mom, I don't have my dad. And my younger brother, he's just my brother. And so while I was at that hospital, all I could think of is that, why is this happening to me? Why? And all I could say, why God? why? And that's all I can say. But the cool thing is, now I'm going to try to make things positive because it's kind of sad probably. But the cool thing is that when I was at that hospital, there was this lady that I was rooming with. All these people were like 50s, 60s, and I was only a teenager. And she came up to me because I was on this bed and I was crying, and she came up to me and she put her arms around me, and I'm just like, why are you putting your arms around me in my mind? But it was really amazing that that lady, sometimes when I think about it, because I have moments where I think about it still, in a positive way. And it was cool because she asked, do you want me to read a story to you from the Bible? And part of me was about to just say no, because I don't want anything to do with God. But part of me wanted God so bad. And so she read the story, and I don't really know what the story was, but I do know that it was really a big blessing to me, because the story that she was saying was going with everything that I was going through. And I was just thinking, this is interesting. I don't know what's going on with my life at this moment, but it's pretty interesting that this lady is giving the story and it's going with what I am going through. And then she just kept on talking. And she ended up talking about her life. And I'm just thinking, why is she talking to me about her problems? She's like 50, 60 years old, and I'm like this young person. Like, why is she talking to me about this? But when she was talking to me, I was just amazed. I was thinking, for a moment, it took a while, but for a moment, I was thinking, wow, I'm not the only one. And you're not the only one that goes through things, that goes through trials or abuse. There's many people in this world that gets abused emotionally, physically, mentally, all sorts. And every single one I've been through. With my dad, with my uncle, and with this other person. That was my older brother's friend. And all I wanted was love. And back to the hospital part. I got a phone call. It was like a church friend, and it was like my old piano teacher or something. And she called me, and she came and visited me. And this was my very first visit, because my family was not visiting me because they didn't want anything to do with me. And they visit me and they talk to me and they pray with me. And for a little bit of a moment, I was thinking that people care about me, but then I started ignoring it because it was really hard to believe. And sometimes I still have a hard time with that. But I'm working on it. We're all working on it. But when I was at that hospital, I think maybe 3 days later, the church people that is now my grandparents, Alice and Bill, they came And they didn't just come and just leave, but they came and told me about this school. And I'm just like, I don't want anything to do with God. And I kind of told that to them. But part of me still wanted that. I wanted a change. I wanted something new in my life. And when I very first came here, it was awkward for me, or weird, or uncomfortable for me, because like all these people are nice, and I'm just like, why are they being so nice? Why are they like caring about me and like wanting to be my friend? And it's just weird because of where I came from. Making this short because, yeah. My life now is totally different. Yes, I still have some issues. I still am scared of certain things. I still can't trust people fully. And there's nobody really in my life, I learned that this year, that I can't trust people fully. And I might say maybe I can trust them this much, but really I can't. But I did learn when I was gone, because you all know that I was gone for a couple of weeks. And that was because I started having the same thoughts. I did not want to exist in this world because I have a brother that used to be my best friend. We used to do everything together. But now he has nothing to do with God. He drinks, he does drugs, he does all these things, and it breaks my heart. And still to this day, it breaks my heart because I want my brother to know God. But I also started realizing when I was gone that it's time to let go. It's time to let go from all the past. And I still struggle sometimes, especially this week. I struggled a little bit. But God is helping me through. And He has given me a new life. Okay. No. Yeah, no.
Don't put it this week.
Okay. And is how, and I kind of in a way said it. How can we get closer to God? When I was gone for a couple of weeks, my wonderful grandma, she's just really wonderful. I love her so much. She called me every single day and gave me verses every single day. I probably have like almost 40 verses. I'm still trying to look up them every day, but sometimes it gets really busy. But while I was there, my sister, which, yeah, she's pretty awesome too. She shared with me about, of course, you know this book, probably most of you do. She shared with me about reading Steps to Christ. And I started reading Steps to Christ before I even knew I was going to speak. And what I thought is seek for Him daily. To have a closer walk with God, to experience God, we need to seek Him daily. And I still struggle with that. I'm not perfect, none of us are. But also what that means is our whole heart must be yielded, surrendered to God. We must give everything to Him. We must give Him our trials. I mean, when I was in that hospital and that lady was talking to me, she told me, You can talk to God like He's your best friend. You can talk to Him like I talk to Daniela. You can talk to them, and that's what God wants. God wants us to go to Him. If we're frustrated with like 20 lessons of geometry, or if we're frustrated with English, and there's a lot of English, and you don't know what to do because there's so much, you can give it to God, because God's going to help you. God's going to guide you in your life. In my life, I mean, He's still helping me. He's still working on my heart every day. And give up the things that separate us from Him. Now that, to me, is kind of challenging. That's just me, but probably you guys too. It's challenging. But it's possible. And I know it's possible. And I'm not just saying it because I've had lots of experiences. And that was my past was separating me from God. I was holding on to something that I just did not want to let go. And I still have that once in a while. But I know God's going to help me through, and He's going to help you guys through too. And trust Him in everything. Like everything. Trust Him with your friendships. I have to do that sometimes too. Trust Him with whatever it is in your life, because you can talk to Him when you're down. You can talk to Him when you're happy. You can say, oh, I got 100 on this test and I'm so happy, like I did one time in World History this summer. That's pretty cool. And have a desire to do His will. If you don't have a desire to do His will, if you don't surrender to God, if you don't give everything to God, you're not going to have that close walk with God. And I know that for experience, because I just told you my small life. It'll take 2-3 days if I was going to tell you everything. But God loves you. He loves each one of you. He loves Pravi. He loves Candy. He loves Maddie. He loves Reese. Even, yeah. But He loves each one of you, and He loves me. And that took probably, let's say I'm a junior now, so it took probably 3, well, since I've been here, so it took a while. And no, that's not it. Okay. A change can't happen unless you yield your whole heart to God. And what does that mean to you or her? Well, I kind of, in a way, already said it. That's by giving. And this makes me think that I cannot have a change in my life. If I wanted no change, if I never gave my heart to God, I would not probably wouldn't be here. Or actually, I probably wouldn't be here. My grandma probably would be right, because probably would drop out of school because I just probably couldn't handle it anymore. But I want a change in my life. I want it so bad, and till this day, I still want that. And every single day, like before I came back, before I came back from being gone for a couple of weeks, I went for a long walk. I love nature, so I go for long walks. And I went for a walk, and that's when I was like, God, I want a new start in my life. I don't want people to see this girl that is hurting. I don't want people to see me cry a lot. But I want a new start in my life. And I'm choosing that today, every day. And I challenge you guys every single day when y'all wake up in the morning, pray. Say, God, I need you. Yeah, say that. Okay. That's not it. I'm going to get used to this one day. God wants to heal each one of us, including me, from all our pain, but it's our choice to let Him heal us. Now, that was very hard for me. Even to this day, it's hard. But He wants to heal you. Maybe you weren't abused, but you go through trials. And I've learned that I'm not the only one that goes through trials. Now, I learned that actually this year, to be honest. And He's going to heal you. You just have to give everything to Him. And, got it the first time. Okay. Giving ourselves to God means to give up all that would separate us from Him. And I kind of talked about that. And I think that's all. Okay. Now we're going to listen to a song that has really been very meaningful to me in my life. And I just want you to think about the words and close your eyes. Just don't go to sleep. But close your eyes and just think that God loves you no matter what, and that He's going to help you through.
Nothing that you have done that you can
Okay. Before I close, okay. Before I close, I want to read this. When Christ dwells in the heart, the soul will be filled with His love, with the joy of communion with Him, that it will cleave to Him in the contemplation. Self will be forgotten. I really want you guys, when we leave Ava and me, because, when we leave, I want you to really, I challenge you. I challenge myself too, because I get to not only you guys. But when I leave tonight, if there is anything that you haven't given to God in your life, either pain, whatever it is, I challenge you to get on your knees and pray to God and give it all to Him, because He's the only one. So let's pray. Let's kneel with that. Okay. My dear precious Father in heaven, You are a wonderful God. You are my best friend. And I know that You're going to help each one of us in our lives. Mine, the girls, and the guys, even the staff. And I just pray that when we leave here tonight, that it won't just be the words that I just spoke, but it'll be Your words that will dwell in their hearts, that You put in my heart to share with them. Give them a good night's rest. Help them. Help me. I pray all this in Jesus' name.